Well, welcome everybody. Week 11 is flying by. We're about 25% done with the school year and 50% done with the first semester. Grid view to organize all of the different slides. And the world famous game plans. That does not say week 11. That should say week 11. I will change that. October 19th to the 23rd. I'm old school. I call it chapters. Your book calls it a module. Module 1, topic 3, but I call it chapter 1.3. What are we learning about? Characteristics of polynomial functions. This week we'll be learning about power functions. Our learning goal is that students will be able to determine the general behavior of the graph of even and odd degree power functions on their skills practice packets. We're going to go over our game plans, room 902 news, talk about some late work, and week number 11 at a glance. All right, motivational speech. There is a secret about being an adult versus a kid. What's in between these two? It's called a teenager. A teenager bounces back between these two. Teenagers don't like to be yelled at like little kids. But adults don't like it when teenagers say they're adults, but they act like kids. So, how do we remedy the two of those? If the teenager, you, just do what you're asked to do, then you're an adult. A lot of you guys act like adults, own up to responsibility for that. But sometimes when you bounce towards the other direction of acting like a kid, a lot of people get in trouble. So for CVA, these referral absences come to me. What does that mean? I'm supposed to report you if you have missing work. So in some ways, I get in trouble because you're in trouble. This doesn't make sense. Why do I have to do more work when you haven't turned in the work? Let's think about that for a second. Yes, I have to attend more meetings if you ever go through the referral process. It is not fun. I have to answer more emails. So you can help me by helping yourself. Catch up on your work. Tell me a plan. Don't excommunicate me like some ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other. Like, stay in communication. Okay? Super important, guys. Another teenager secret. Don't wait until you're in trouble. Just own up to it. I think it goes better that way. That was my motivational speech. Remember, eCadence is a way to get and turn in work. It is the unofficial grade in this class. The reason why is it's missing like Khan Academy, first assignments, your quizzes and tests. So Aries is the official way that you're receiving the grade in this class. I try to make them the same. If there's a discrepancy, let me know. There are 3 students who have not taken the Chapter 1.1 test. My goal is to grade your assessments as fast as possible to give you the feedback, not just what your score is, but the solutions, because that's important. That's what math is a lot like what mistakes did I make? How can I improve on those? I didn't think of it that way. So I want to release those, but I can't do that unless all the students take it. So I think in the check and connect for those 3 students, it'll tell me what plan you have created. Your best friend, Khan Academy, it's still there. It's like the childhood friend you grew up with. It's always there. So that is due next Friday. It's a weird date. I usually just pick at the end of the month. That's why it's not like a traditional Sunday that I've asked you to turn in your work. So pay attention to that. Remember, you're only watching videos I assign, math problems I assign, and reading articles that I assign in Khan Academy. Can you get ahead? Yes, you can, but you can't go over 100%. What happens if you don't meet that deadline? It is okay. You can wait till end of November, or you can do a late work assignment. I want to apologize about what happened last week. I had noted in your Google Slides that you guys can take quiz number 4 until 9 p.m., but then I closed it. So that's my fault. And what I'm going to do is for all the students who didn't get a perfect score or didn't take it, I'm just going to write NA so it doesn't affect your grade. But for those who got a perfect, a 3 out of 3 on those questions, I'm going to keep that in there, so actually it should benefit you. Let's talk about late assignments. I'm a very generous person, I think. I'm accepting your late work, and I'm actually accepting it all the way until December. If we were in my real classroom, it would look like it's kind of like, those popular rides at Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm, there's like a long line. When I set a due date, there's this long line in front of my classrooms, because then if I say come after school, and you're just like all waiting in line to turn in your late work. You can turn in your late work at any time, but for digital, you can do that. So how do I know that you've turned in your late work? You have to do, let me go back to that slide. See, even I use this thing. Click on this late work. I don't think it'll work. It's a PDF file. Non-clickable. Great. Doesn't work. But if you click on the Google Slides, it'll take you through the process. Basically, I need to be notified that you're turning in a late assignment. And the only way you can do that is if you submit a one-page reflection on COVID-19. Any article, you can either turn in your work through eCadence, or you can turn it in through that one page. It says just provide a link or the pictures. That way it notifies me. So don't tell me like, hey, I did the late work. I just look in that late work tray. Might be coming super handy if you ever have to turn in some late work. Like some of you. I am clearing my throat. All right, what else we got for you guys? Oh yeah, that was late work we were talking about. In my math department, it was really interesting. There are 10 teachers, and half of them do not accept late work after the quarter. So, generous teacher. When you turn first quarter work in second semester. I'm trying to find your weekend glance. Join me for office hours. Some of you guys are really taking advantage of that. We're working out problems on the screen, any misconceptions you have. That's been really good for a lot of you. Or just drop by and ask quick questions. Okay, I need to grade it in. You can turn by today so I can grade it tomorrow. This week I'm assigning you guys skills practice 131. What are we learning this week? Our essential question is, how can you determine the general behavior of power functions? So it's kind of like you just met your new cousin you've never met before and you're getting to know them. Well, it's just like a power function. You get to know them and their characteristics. Today I want to end class early to actually talk to the students who need to take the test and figure out when they need to finish that test. I hope you guys are happy about this part. I've changed the skills practice. Before, it was a CAMI PDF file, and what happened is the textbook company, Carnegie, made it a particular space for the problem, right? So if it said like complete the square and it gave you like 3 lines to work on, that was pretty painful for some of you guys. So I decided to move these. I think it's a little bit more universal is Google Form.